Hello, and welcome to this very exciting edition of Kayla Buys Books and Shows Them to the World. This is going to be my December book haul. I bought a few books. Just a few. One of the goals that I failed to mention in my 2017 bookish goals is that I'm going to be trying my very best to read the books that I have on my shelf rather than buying a lot of books this year. I bought way too many books last year. Way too many. And it's not even the cost of them that's getting to me, it's just that I have a lot of books on my shelves that I need to read, and I do need to save up my money for other things. I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy books. I do have some books I plan on getting in the future, but I'm just making a conscious effort to read the books that I have on these shelves. Theme? I said them and these at the same time, and I went theme. New words. First, I went to Chapters because I had a gift card to the mall, so I went to Chapters, and I also had enough points in my rewards to get $20 off my order, so I paid only like $27 for these 4 books, which is a steal in my opinion. I've heard about this book a few times in the recent few months on BookTube, and I wanted to check it out. I didn't realize it was novella, and I didn't realize the price of this book until after I had bought it because, you know, gift cards. But that is Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. Spoiler alert for my wrap-up video and maybe another video that's coming up. I absolutely love this book. I really loved it. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't know if it's worth... Ooh, okay. The thing about living in Canada is that I have to pay Canadian prices for things. So the US price for this is $17.99, whereas the Canadian price for it is $24.99. I don't know if this is worth $25 to me. It is a novella. It is very small. It is hardback. I will be buying the sequel, so I guess it is worth it. Next, I have The Fate of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This is the 3rd and final book of the Queen of the Tearling trilogy. I now have all 3 books, so I can reread the 1st book and read the 2nd and 3rd book. I really loved Queen of the Tearling. I don't know why I didn't read the 2nd book last year. I have it on my shelves, and I didn't read it. But now I can binge read the rest of the books that are in this trilogy thing. Next, I found books 2 and 3 in the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks. I have what is this? I can't read backwards. It is The Blinding Knife, which is book 2, and then I have The Broken Eye, which is book 3. I found out about these books from Reagan from Peruse Projects. Hopefully I'll get to the 1st one and I can read these 3. The 4th book is out, but it's only in hardback, so I'd have to wait for it to come out in paperback. But I mean, seriously, this would be a nice binge read for Tome Topple, I think. I'm getting a lot of big books. Like, this is well over 600 pages, and this is just over 800, so it's nice and big and floppy. This is about a world where the magic system is based off of light. Reagan has just raved about this book series, so I want to read them and consume them and maybe rave along with her. Next, I bought books over the Boxing Day sale week over at Book Outlet. Unfortunately, Book Outlet, we're gonna have to break up for a while. I am not gonna buy anything from you this year. Nope. This is my last Book Outlet haul for a good while. I am going to try my best to not buy from them this year. I'm going to try. It's just so addicting to buy a lot of cheap books, and First, I have Reality Boy by A.S. King. Don't normally go for this genre of book, of like the contemporary feel of it, but I think this is going to be a really good character study. This is about a boy who's got a lot of anger issues, and his family has decided to make his life a reality TV show, and this is like years later and the world is still watching him, and he's just this big anger ball. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I've seen this book a couple times on Book Outlet and I've always not been able to get it because it sells out quickly, so I snatched it up. Next, I have Radiance by Catherine M. Valente. This I've also seen a while on, I've seen this for a bit on Book Outlet. I've just never picked it up, so I thought I'd pick it up. It basically says Radiance is a deco punk pulp sci-fi alt history space opera mystery set in Hollywood and solar system, very different from our own. Believe that this involves a filmmaker and a mystery, and it's going to have a different feel from normal sci-fi books, I think. So this will be a very interesting read to get to, I think. I've never read Catherine M. Valente before, but I've heard about her a lot from various people. You know who you are. Next, I have books 2, 3, 4, and 5 in, what is this series? I think it's the Shades of Milk and Honey series. That's the first book by Mary Robinette Kowal, where it's basically Jane Austen meets magic. So I have Glamour in Glass, Without a Summer, Valor and Vanity, and Of Noble Family. Though I have to say book 4 is looking a little weathered, I guess, but you know, I'm not complaining really. So that is the completion of that series. There are 5 books, so I can binge read it and hopefully enjoy it. I think it was definitely a steal finding all 4 of those books at the same time, because it was really hard to find Shades of Milk and Honey. Really hard. It took me a while to find that book, and I still haven't read it. So those are the books that I bought in December. I'm not going to bother picking them up because there's a lot of them. If you've read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!